What's up, guys? It's day 25. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover. It's been probably a month. Even though I have posted a few videos just without any narration. And yeah, a lot of things have happened, so I won't be able to catch you guys up on everything that's happened since the last time, and you know all the arm wrestling stuff that's gone through my mind, all the life stuff that's happened. But I guess, well, I'll talk about the workout I'm doing, and I'll also talk a little bit about just maybe one or two things that stood out to me over the past few weeks. So here I'm using a rubber band, resistance band I got from Amazon. Those were supposed to go on through the top of the door, and you do tricep push downs and stuff, but I figured out a way to use it this way. I think it's good amount of resistance. It's about 25 pounds at that height, because if I take my foot off, the dumbbell lifts up slightly. So I think that was a good way for me. Did about sets of 20 to 30, pronation, supination, and I did some cupping with a water bottle, same weight. And then I think I did 3 or 4 sets of that and moved to a lighter band. Did some riser curls. And then that was pretty much it for today. Just wanted to work the forearm a little bit. Obviously, the supination. The supination is a bicep movement for sure, but I don't know. I just like doing them together. And my right elbow is actually still sore. And the last time I've pulled is probably, I don't know, a week and a half ago. So it's not good, but I don't know. I could feel it a lot when I was doing the supination. So I don't know if that means I did the right thing. Whatever. Maybe it's maybe it is helping, but my elbow's still injured. I don't know. But anyways. So that's pretty much it for the workout. Pretty simple. It's going to be pretty repetitive. But yeah, like I said, I guess last time when I left off, it was probably a month ago, so I probably had just scheduled a super match with Richard, and I think for the first few days, I was thinking about that match all the time, but I think I was pretty obsessively thinking about it for the first few days, but then after a while I just kind of stopped caring a little bit. But yeah, it was awesome. So I went to about 2 or 3 practices with that match in mind, asking people for advice, trying to get a good workout in each time instead of just going there to goof around. And I did that, and then and then Toronto went into lockdown, so I think there was supposed to be a BAL event, but it got canceled, and so our match technically got canceled, so I sort of stopped thinking about it. And also, I think it was over New Year's and stuff, and I don't know, I kind of stopped working out, and, gyms are closed and everything, so I kind of just stayed at home. For maybe 2 weeks, I didn't do much, and then, so week before my match with Richard, I, got motivated or got tired of being lazy, so I just did a little arm workout, and turns out later that day, Jason is going to host a practice, and I guess I'm having the match with Richard there. Anyway, so I was like, oh shit, because my arm was feeling a little sore for a few days, but I think I did the work on Wednesday, and I think the practice was on Saturday, so I was fine by then. But yeah, everything else, my wrist, forearm, elbow and stuff was very healthy. I haven't been that like healthy and joined up in a long time. Probably since like the very first practice I went to, I had arm wrestled with my friends like the day before. They were using. I was like, yo, use two hands, and then one of them sort of, I don't know. I kind of fucked up my elbow a little bit, and then so pretty much since day one, I've had um, elbow pain on my right, and going into that day, I felt very fresh, no aches. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll talk about how I met Devin. I mean, it was really really cool, right? Obviously, Devin got me into watching arm wrestling, and I'm wearing one of his shirts in this video, but I have another one too. I got this shirt, I got Cosmic Punch, and I got the green hoodie. So I actually had no idea Devin was gonna be there. I wore my green hoodie and the Devin T-shirt because you know, I was gonna have a match, so thought it'd be cool to wear. But then I saw him there; it was awesome. Um, I was pretty starstruck for a while. Like, it's just so weird because I mean, I don't know. I feel I've developed such parasocial relationships with a lot of arm wrestlers, and then when you see them in person, it's like, oh, yo, like, it feels like you're entitled to sort of like a relationship with them because in your mind you already know who they are, but at the same time they have no idea who you are, which is like, it's a bizarre situation. But I mean, I wasn't being, I don't think I acted weird. I just waited, and then I went said hi, and then later I got a picture with them when I was leaving, so that was cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a great practice. So many people in the house, absolutely packed. Also, Crazy George, got to meet Crazy George, absolutely chill guy. Um, yeah, pulling him is the weirdest thing because, I mean, obviously with me, he's not like, even though it's practice, like there are different levels, I guess, to how serious. So I don't really know if the way he practices with me means anything, but um, like as soon as I grip his hand, he slides his elbow forward and in an open arm position and puts his hand above, like closer to the pin pad, like an inch above the pin pad. He purposefully places his hand there, and then and it's so weird because you're not used to people doing that, right? You're used to people going the other way, and then when you try to finish, he just sort of drags and pronates, and then it's a fucking wall. So it's, I mean, that's a trip. Definitely have to feel it to understand. But I mean, to be fair though, like I don't think he pulled me that hard, and then it was also like all out of strap, so whatever. But it was still really awesome to grip him. I mean, what a legend, right? The Arnold match he had against that Russian guy, Artem or something. I mean, just ridiculous. Probably, I mean, you have to say at least top five, top three in his weight class in the world in his like mid 60s. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like too educated about that, but I assume he was at the very top in terms of his level. So I mean, it's insanely impressive. So yeah, that was cool. And then um, the actual super match happened. So I got there, was waiting for about 20-30 minutes for Richard to come. He walks in, and it was a really really cold day. So Richard walks in from the cold, and we stand around for maybe 5 minutes, and then table clears up. So we set up for the match, and at this point, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty confident. Like, to be honest, I think like his size is a little smaller than I thought. His hands a little skinnier than I was imagining, and just everything. I think I was trying to get ready for the match mentally, and I had built up this image. And then once I saw him in person, I realized that I might be in the match, like, like I might be more in the match than I thought I was. I mean, I still thought I could win, but I thought it would be a big challenge. But I mean, I don't know. I was feeling pretty good. I had trained pretty hard for 2-3 weeks since the last time Richard and I pulled in practice, and I know that up to that point I was completely untrained, pretty much. So I knew I would see decent gains. But anyways, I'm feeling confident. And I mean, Richard doesn't warm up, so ready to go. I take his hand. I go to pin, right? My goal was to just pin him off the go. It stops, and I mean, I'm a little surprised that it stops, but I'm still okay, because I know I have his hand and everything. I know my wrist was bent, his wrist was backwards. So I kind of stand back up, regrip a little, go to hit again, and unfortunately, Richard had an injury there. Yeah, I mean, it was just I think it was a bit of a freak accident. It's, I don't know, it's really unfortunate. I mean, if you somehow see this, I hope you're doing well. Hope you'll get better soon and you'll come back stronger than ever, Richard. But I mean, definitely, I mean, it was shocking to everyone. It was a loud break. And you know, I was a little rattled, but Richard, I think, was like, I don't know, he just took it like he was just sort of calm. I don't know if he was more in shock or whatever, but he was like stoic through the whole thing. So I think that helped a lot. Also, Devin helped a lot. Yeah, and the Table Monkeys just posted a video about, you know, how to arm wrestle safely and stuff, and a lot of comments are pretty stupid, talking about Jason should have stopped the match. I mean, personally, even if Richard was there for 15 seconds, I don't think, personally, the referee should just stop the match. But I mean, it's completely ridiculous. You just forget about it. In that situation, if you actually watch the video, there's about 2 seconds between where Richard gets into that position. Like, the whole match lasts about 4 seconds, right? So off the hit, are you gonna stop the match off the hit? Once like, if you lose your hand off the hit, do you lose? Like, yeah, it's just like fucking stupid. So that was annoying, but it's fine. I mean, it's not their fault, obviously. Another thing, I guess, is, I don't know, I do think that I tend to prefer, like, going into some iffy positions, and I just feel like in those positions it also depends, like, what direction you're applying your pressure. So I know Richard was pushing sideways, right? And I never push sideways like that, like, because I remember watching some people arm wrestle for the first time, like, at Mike's practice, and, you know, when I arm wrestled for the first time on a table, I'd already watched, like, years of arm wrestling on YouTube, so I sort of, like, knew what to do. So I don't think I ever pushed, like, not just press, but push, like, try to extend your tricep while you're pushing, so you're just, like, pushing the hand sideways. Like, I think that's horrible, right? But I never do that, and I know a lot of people don't arm wrestle that way. So in my opinion, even if you're on your joint, if you're there statically, if you're engaged in your back pressure, and you're not trying to drive sideways, you're just holding that, and if the guy decides to hit into you sideways, your elbow takes it, and sometimes, yes, that fucks up your elbow, but generally it's strong enough for it to the point where I can just give up if it overwhelms me. Like, that's not something I'm too worried about, like a spiral fracture especially, like, but anyways, that's just sort of my thoughts about the whole dangerous position thing. I think it depends how you're arm wrestling from that position, but anyways, that's not really that important. Anyways, best wishes to Richard again. But yeah, I mean, after that, I had a great practice. Absolutely destroyed my arm. Felt pretty good against people. I mean, everyone was fucking tired, of course. People were arm wrestling for hours there. But it was actually a lot of fun, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, it feels good, right? Like, I feel like I've started to see some progress in my arm wrestling journey, especially since I've been training, and, you know, I sort of, I mean, just me as a person, like, I go in and out of being productive and very, very lazy, and I've always been like that my whole life. So last few weeks wasn't all there, but again, I think I'm starting this week out strong. Probably tomorrow I'll do some push-ups or something, and then Wednesday I can do like biceps, and then hopefully this weekend I can find a practice, and so I have everything sort of already thinking about it for this week in my head, and hopefully I'll get back to posting every day and catching you guys up about the Toronto arm wrestling scene. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. That's it for the video.